What's going on, people? So, I got a box of shoes in a while ago, right? It's this one right here. There's all the sides of that and stuff, right? So, this whole overall video, it's gonna be a little bit of a different format or whatever. It's gonna be the normal stuff in the beginning and the end, but the middle, it's gonna vary from the standard. But either way, so let's go ahead and talk about some things, huh? This right here is the Air Jordan 12 Retro in the cherry colorway. Who didn't know that? Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, I guess I don't need to set this down. Go ahead, do the normal beginning, and then I'll talk about some other stuff. It's gonna be a lot of ranting and whatnot. So, not thumbnails, timestamps, use them if you need them. Starting with the bottom down there, what you're looking at is basically gonna be what you see on every other Jordan 12, right? The color changes, sure, but the layout does not. So, there's that for you. Moving on up here, midsole, right? Kind of what you would have expected to see, I suppose, right? If you saw the bottom, I mean, more red, right? Yeah, exactly. And now a couple other pictures in here. You can look at these. I mean, there's like 3 colors on this shoe or something, right? Like, it doesn't take a long time to really get your mind wrapped around it. And in a lot of people's opinions, seemingly, their opinion was already made up, right? Because, it's one of those older colors that people like to gravitate towards, like the original colorways and such. I kind of get it. Can't relate, not at all, but I get where your heads are. But either way, so there's some pictures just so you can kind of see these from a slightly different angle, because you're only going to see so many pictures in this particular review, right? I will still say enough to call this a review, so bear with me, people. Like I said, though, timestamps, use them if you need them, so I'm going to rant on about some things. When I saw these coming around, right, I was like, okay, well, everybody's excited about these for whatever reason. Again, the whole original color sort of thing. Possibly they just like them. I don't know. But me being a Big 12s guy, I was like, these kind of look bad, But I'm gonna see about it later, because this was months ago, and people always get excited months before releases. I was like, I'll figure it out closer to. And then as the time comes up, I'm like, yeah, I'm still thinking I don't really like these a lot, which is, again, crazy because I'm a Big 12s guy, and you would think that, like, I'd like all of them. I don't. I've been very honest in some of the reviews, right? But much like 350s, it's a model that I'm into, and so I buy whichever ones the raffles will let me buy. I don't go for all of them because, it just doesn't work out that way or whatever. But the majority tend to make their way over here so I can talk about them and all that stuff, which is kind of cool, Gotta be fortunate for something like that, I suppose. But either way, here's the thing, right? I put in the raffle on sneakers and stuff because I said if I'm not going to work hard for these. I'm just going to put in some raffles and see how it plays out. And they sent them to me, right? So I was like, okay, well, that's something, right? And then, of course, knowing because of my luck or whatever, the way the universe works, over the weekend, they came out and they were everywhere, And so I'm like, man, this is a little crazy, I could have just waited, maybe saved a couple dollars, but whatever. I got them, I looked at them, and I'm like, you know what? No, I still don't like these. And looking at them now, again, I just can't get behind it. It's just not a look that really sits right with me. Now, again, I said it a moment ago or whatever, I have a fair amount of 12s, right? And I'm not going to say this is the worst one because it's not. I have a significant number, and a lot of them are worse than these. A lot of them are better than these, right? I'd probably lean towards saying that more of them are better than are worse, but, I'd have to go through a whole list of things, and I'm not trying to do that right now. But yeah, it's just not, I don't know, something about this color layout, as it is here, as it's presented here, doesn't work. But on that same note, though, right? Remember these? This is the Gem Red 12 or Alternate Red 12, something like that. Alternate Gem Red 12 from, I think, 2017, perhaps? Well, actually, yeah, it probably would have been 16 because I wore these to WrestleMania in Orlando in 2017, which is why they show their age a little bit more because it was not a good day for these shoes. But either way, this right here, right? Same sort of style, got the red, the white, some black in there, And it's definitely in my top 10, might be in my top 5 Jordan 12s, right? It's not super different as far as like colors and stuff. It's even a very close shade of red. But it's one of those things where I was thinking, okay, well, when I got those, I didn't think they were going to be super amazing up front. I was just like, it doesn't seem bad though, but we'll see. And as soon as I opened the box, I was like, oh yeah, these are fantastic. I should have got two of them. Well, should have kept the other one because I had accidentally got through on 2 orders and I just returned one. But yeah, in hindsight, I kind of wish I'd kept the other one, right? But 2016, Tristan was a different guy. Either way, so even when you look at the in more recent releases, right? You had the 2019 FIBAs, which I don't have because not out because it was an afterthought, but those also predominantly white, a little bit of red. And a couple years later, was it 2 years ago maybe? They did the Twist 12s, which were very, very similar. You know, white with the red, right? So white and red is a fine combination. It's just here, it just wasn't executed so well. At least not in my opinion. Whatever, let's talk about some sizing and stuff and move on. So, sizing wise, right? I'm a 9.5 size guy, right? That's what this little metal contraption at the stores tells me. That's what various shoe models over the last several years have told me. The Jordan 12 is not a true to size fit. Not in my opinion anyways. To me, it fits about a half size big. In some cases, depending on like maybe the materials or the whatever, you might even be able to get by going down a whole size on certain ones, right? Half is pretty much a safe bet though, so I would just stick with that, you know? And I just had these on a second ago just to verify that. And this size 912 fits to me the same way as a size 9.5, what's that? Gratitude 11, right? So just to give you some kind of something to think about. Comfort wise or whatever, these were like, I think they were the first Jordan to have like the Zoom Air, whatever that thing is down there. So like you got that, so it's not like terrible or whatever. But to someone like me who's so used to wearing running shoes and things of that nature, they still feel clunky to me, right? So when I'm walking around in them, it's not the worst thing in the world, but there are so many things that are better. So if you're buying a pair of these to like walk around and do your daily routine with or whatever, maybe don't do that, but like a lot of people do with the Jordans, they largely buy them for the looks, and I can't fault you for it. It makes perfect sense to me. And it's still at least going to be a step above some of the other models and whatnot. I've only worn 1 through 12s, you know. No, Note 10s actually, or 2s. But either way, they're better than some of the other things. It's just still, I just don't want to wear these all day. And breathability is kind of not really like a thing on these either. So depending on the time of year, that's something to also think about. But whatever, I've said enough, I think. I mean, I feel like this video went on longer than it needed to. So yeah, I'm just going to wrap it up because why not, right? From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'm going to talk about these Gratitude 11s and slightly about these Concord 11s also, because that's what's happening right after this. Later, people.